All right, our next toolkit entry is the idea of what we call fractional exponents. And as we're used to already because we've been doing this for a while here. We're used to the idea that, hey, if I told you that 4 squared is 16, you wouldn't be surprised because all that means is we're going to take two 4s, multiply them together, and it's 16. Or if I said 2 to the third is 8, you'd say, well, yeah, I know that because that means we have three 2's multiplied together, and that's why the answer is 8. So what about when we have fractional exponents? So in this case here, 36 to the 1/2, or 49 to the 1/2 power, or 81 to the 3/4 power. All of a sudden things change here because it's not a nice whole number power. But it's going to be very similar in what we do. So what you want to do is focus on the denominator. So the denominator here is 2. So think of it as what number times itself twice is 36? Well, obviously we know that that is 6 times 6. And then what you do is you just take one of those two numbers. So one of those two numbers is 6, and that's the answer, 6. Likewise over here, we focus on the 2. What number times itself twice is 49? Well, that would be 7 times 7. And we just need one of those two. So I take one of those two, and the answer is 7. And so what you'll quickly discover is that anything to the 1/2 power is the same thing as a square root. So if I said to you, hey, what's the square root of 81? That is exactly the same thing as 81 to the 1/2 power. So that deals with the 1/2 power, but what about things like the 1/3 power? So here what you want to do is you want to focus once again on the 3. So what number times itself 3 times is 8? So 8 is the same thing as 2 times 2 times 2. And we just want one of those three. So one of those three is 2. So that's the answer. 27 to the 2/3. Now all of a sudden the numerator is not 1. So what do we do here? Well, we focus still on the 3. So 27 is going to be 3 3's. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. And we focus on 2 of those. So I'm going to go ahead and underline 2 of them. 3 times 3 is 9, and that's our answer. What about over here? Well, we focus on the 4. We say what number times itself 4 times is 81? Well, that would be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. That's 81. We need 3 of them. So here's my 3 3's. And if I multiply my 3 3's together, I get 27. What if we have 16 to the 3/2? So here the numerator is actually bigger than the denominator. So let's focus on the 2. So 16 would be 2 4's multiplied together. But here we need 3 of those. So what we're going to do is we're not only going to take the 2, but we're going to add in a third one. So if you were now to take 4 times 4, which is 16, times another 4, that would be 64. So that is how fractional exponents works with numbers.